What's going on, everybody? I'm Selna, America's face of dating. In case you guys are new to my channel, I help guys that have been recently out of a divorce or a breakup, or you guys just feel lonely and you guys want to get back into the dating game. I help you guys actually do that and attract your dream relationship. And so, in case you guys have noticed, yes, I'm not in my usual background that I would be. Usually you see plaques on the walls and you see my pretty cool wall that you guys compliment me on. Currently, I'm in Dallas, Texas right now recording this video. So, you know, the sound quality might not be the best as it usually is, but you know what? The show must go on, as they say. And so this is the show, man, and we're gonna go on. And boy, do we have a freaking doozy for you guys today, man. So we're gonna be doing a part 2 to why girls test men and how to handle it, where I broke down a comment that a guy commented on, basically saying, you guys can go watch the video, but basically what the comment was saying was, he was like, hey, like, tests aren't good, men don't like tests, men are walking away from that nonsense, and tests are just games. And I get why people think that, right? Because it's hard, right? Dating is not fucking easy. Dating is hard if you don't have the right action steps, and that's why I'm here, is to make it a little bit easier for you guys. But my argument is tests are actually good. Tests are a good thing, because tests not only display that she is attracted to you, because if she's not attracted to you, she will just be indifferent towards you. She's not gonna have any emotion for you. She's not gonna test you. But tests, they are a barrier to entry. If you can't pass her tests, you will never be able to have a quality relationship with her, and you will never be able to even date her and sustain that to a relationship. And that's why a lot of guys get mad, is because they don't know how to pass a test. And basically my argument was, hey, it's not that she's playing games, it's just because you're insecure and you don't know how to pass her tests. And that's basically what I said right here in this comment. So let's pull it up. You gotta watch part 1 to see his, but basically I said, women will test men they are interested in. They don't even know a lot of the time why, or even that they are doing it. Women don't. They don't know why they're doing it. They don't even know why. Women test a guy because they want the strongest man. They want to make sure you're not a Fruit Loop or a weirdo, and they want to make sure that you're strong. You can take care of her. How is she gonna ever trust you if she tests you like with a little comeback, like, you know, she's like, oh, do you say that to every girl? And you're over here like, oh no, I don't say that to every girl, and you start freaking out about it. How is she ever gonna be able to trust a man like that with her children one day? Like, she's in the hospital one day, how could she ever trust you if you're so fucking reactive? How? She's not. So it's like, you can sit here and watch this video and pout about testing, but if you want to be a fucking beta male your entire life, this is not the fucking channel for you, dude. Alpha male and high status men, they know that women test, and they realize that, and they don't pout if they fail the test. They're like, you know what, how can I improve on this? How can I get better? How can I become that man that deserves to have a quality woman, right? If women didn't test a man, this is my final argument to this, but if women didn't test a man, she would just be fucking anyone and everyone, because there's no standard. Tests are a standard. They are a barrier to entry. They are an average standard. There's some girls out there where I think they don't have any standards, right? They'll just fuck anybody. But the average normal girl that does not have daddy issues or has any issues at all, she's not gonna just fuck anyone. She's gonna let only the creme de la creme, as they'd say. They'd only let that guy in, right? The best of the best. And if you're not the best of the best, you're not getting in, right? It doesn't mean throw a fucking tantrum. It means improve yourself. It means get fucking better. Most guys don't want to get better. They're like, oh, I'm good as I am. No, you're fucking not. If you were, you would have your dream relationship. That's why you need to fucking know this shit. So if there was no tests, she would just be fucking anyone and everyone. And how is that gonna make you feel special? And let's say you did get into a relationship with the girl. She doesn't test guys, so she's gonna be cheating on you left and right because there's no standard. That's why tests are a good thing, right? They're an amazing thing. I said they want the highest status man to test, and they test to see if you are weak. And so Mr. James, he comes back with his beta male nonsense again, and he says, then be prepared to be walked away from. Oh, you're scary, James. Oh man, please don't walk away from me, right? Especially by high status men, whatever high status means. If you mean by wealthy men, most women won't even get an opportunity to test them. Better to skip the bullshit test and just approach with the best intentions. Wouldn't that be nice if everyone just talked to each other with the best intentions? But that's sadly not the reality of the world, James. He said, then be prepared to be walked away from. Okay, that's fine. What high status men are not afraid to have people walk away from them. They know that. They know that some people, they're just not gonna fucking like you. They're not gonna like your haircut. They're not gonna like the way you talk. They're not gonna like you because the way you smile. They're just not gonna fucking like you. And me, I don't give a shit. I know that half the people are gonna fucking love me, right? Because I'm very polarizing. And half the people are just not gonna like me. Like the women in the other comment video I made the other day, right? They're just not gonna fucking like me for XYZ reasons, and I'm fine with that. That's totally cool. Be prepared to be walked away from. That's fine. You can walk away, right? I don't give a fuck. Do it. Especially by high status men, whatever high status means, if you're afraid of wealthy men. And it sounds like, to be honest, James is afraid to be walked away from. It's like, you know, the be prepared to be walked away from. It's like, why are you scared to walk away, dude? You gotta have the balls to be able to do that. So I'm kind of confused by that comment right there, to be honest. But he said, especially by high status men, whatever high status means, if you mean by wealthy men. No, high status does not mean wealthy men, right? And this is where your thinking is completely fucking whack, is because most people think status equals wealth. That's not fucking true at all. Status does not equal wealth. Status equals a man that is able to do what he wants, he says what he wants, and he acts on his own own fucking terms, right? He doesn't do things to get liked by people. He doesn't do things for validation, right? If he is wealthy, chances are he got wealthy on his own because he's like, fuck it, dude. Like, I want that. They do what they want, they say what they want, they talk how they want, and they are confident in themselves, and they don't need the validation of fucking anyone. That is what a high status man is, and women desire that kind of man. So thinking that high status equals wealth, that's already a major flaw in your thinking. I have a lot of men that are in my program that have been through a divorce or a breakup. They're making more money than me. They're making fucking like $500,000 to $1 million a year, right? They still act in ways that are weak and beta male like when they join the program. That money does not equal status, dude. They're completely opposite. Like, money is a cherry on top after you become a status man. But first, like what I'm doing with the guys in the program, we have to really fix that mindset and that confidence first. That's the most important fucking part. He said most women won't even get an opportunity to test them. That's not true, right? Like, there are high status guys all around. There's always an alpha male wherever you go. There's always a leader. Women will test that man. That's the man that women want. Naturally, they crave that. Biologically. It's just science. He said better to skip the bullshit tests and just approach with the best intentions. I said every high status guy knows that there will be people that don't like him. That's okay. Yeah. Wouldn't it be fucking amazing, James, if we all had the best intentions when we approach people? But sadly, that is just not the world. That is not reality. It would be great, right? But women know that men lie. Women lie. But numbers don't lie. That's the only truth that there is, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's about it. And so the fact that like a girl could come up to you and be like, are you a high status guy? Should I have sex with you? What guy is gonna be like, no, I'm not. I'm not a high status guy. They could just lie, right? They could just lie. So women, instead of asking you and letting you verbally just fucking lie to them, they're going to test you. They're going to see if you're actually congruent with that. Can you actually be a high status guy? You know, like back in the day, I would get a test where girls would be like, oh, you have no ass. I used to be 6'2", 140 pounds because I was bankrupt and we were poor growing up. I didn't have a lot of fucking money. So we couldn't afford a lot of food. So I was malnourished. I was skinny as hell, dude. Skinnier than a bitch. And I was malnourished by definition, I believe. 6'2", 135 pounds, dude. That is skinny, man. And so I had girls that would be testing me like, oh, you have no ass. You have no ass, right? If I just freaked out right there and was just like, oh, well, I was bankrupt and we have no money for food. And they're not gonna be attracted to that. That's low status behavior, right? I could easily get mad at that. That's the easy route. That's the easy route to get all fucking pissy and upset about that. But that's gonna yield you zero results, right? You have to actually be able to pass her tests, right? So instead, she'd be like, you have no ass. I'd be like, by the looks of it, we look like twins, honey. And she'd be like, oh, you're such an asshole. That's me passing the test because I'm showing that her tests don't deflate me. I know my value as a man, right? And that comes out in my communication. And so sitting here saying like, oh, then be prepared to walk away from when girls test you. I think what he means is like, oh, like he's gonna walk away from a girl when she tests him. Then good fucking luck, brother. Like I looked at your bio, like I said in the last video, you're divorced, man. Girls are gonna test you. So every time a girl tests you, you're gonna be like, oh, she tests me, so I'm gonna fucking divorce her or break up with her. You're gonna have a very long and hard dating life, man. If you don't know how to pass a girl's test, if you just walk away from it. Because if you get a chick that doesn't test men, her body count's probably 2,000 plus, because she just lets any guy who just walks up to her basically inside of her, and when she's in a relationship with you, she's just gonna cheat on you anyway because there's no test, there's no standards, right? There has to be fucking standards in a relationship. There has to be mutual respect for each other. If you don't have that, it's never gonna fucking work, man. And so a lot of you guys have been inquiring about my program recently, and so all I ask is that there is a call link in the description below. If you guys do book a call, a lot of you guys do, make sure that you are serious, right? Number one, serious. Number two, that you have all the missing pieces. Like you have a good career, your health's in order, like your life's overall going in the right direction, but you just are missing that last piece of getting that dream relationship. That's when it's gonna work for you. It's gonna actually help you guys so much more if you have those missing pieces. So if that's you, book in a call using the link in the description below, or follow me on Instagram or Facebook and message me. We'll go back and forth. We can talk about it. You can ask me questions. I'll get back to you guys ASAP. And just say you're directly from YouTube so we can prioritize you guys also. And that's all I got for today. I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating. Make sure to comment what you guys want to hear more about, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.